My dad is. I'm a chemist. I grew up the daughter of an Air Force veteran and an evangelical mom who homeschooled us. I earned my chemistry degree, and I am qualified to run because of my experience in manufacturing, agriculture. There's so many of you. This is my first time speaking. Because of my experience with manufacturing, agriculture, energy, and water infrastructure. And I believe that we are stronger when we come together and we let our voices be heard. So, I believe that our community we should save our say in how our community is built and grown. I believe that our water should be clean and free of environmental contaminants like lead and forever chemicals. Our students should be fully supported from pre-K to secondary schooling. And our healthcare access should be expanded, not limited or banned by politicians who would rather bail out big corporations than do what's best for working families. And we know what we voted for when those ballot measures came up. And this is not the first time they've overturned our vote. Missouri voters let this government know that they should stay out of our private medical decisions and allow full access to reproductive health care. Instead, Republican lawmakers passed a bill to put abortion on the ballot yet again using deceptive language. This new law would make abortion illegal, punish doctors, and force people to report sexual assaults within a certain time frame and disclose their private medical information or possibly risk jail time. We say no. The only thing we're going to ban are politicians who sell out our votes. Now, as a Missouri State Senator, Congressman Bob Onder wrote parts of the original abortion ban and also said that he wanted to make right to work the law of the land. He fought hard to try and overturn Clean Missouri. And he enacts these policies that Missouri voters overwhelmingly opposed and overturned. He plans on enacting these cruel and unjust laws nationally, forcing his will on families across the country. As an extra insult, the night that they overturned our vote, Onder announced at 5:16 p.m. that he was going to finally host a virtual town hall that was scripted. At 5:50, like 40 minutes later. And it really was just to rub salt in the wound, because those are two issues that he holds very personal. He believes that he should have the personal say over what happens to you and your family, not you. Onder believes that he has the power to take away rights and overturn elections, yet he continues to be too cowardly to face his own constituents. By silencing the will of the people, Missouri Republicans show weakness and fearful impotence, not strength. Restricting access to health care and denying bodily autonomy violates our universal human rights as they are outlined and written in the Geneva Convention. Overturning the will of the voters violates the sacred trust that leaders in a democratic republic rely on for functional governance. And Americans deserve the freedom to make their own health care and economic choices and have their voices heard at the ballot box. And so while these state lawmakers were doing the reverse of their jobs, you know, the state's job should be to give you more power and more freedom, not to take away and restrict it. So while they were busy taking away our rights, Congress was working hard to make sure that we got essential programs. And I need to make sure that you know how critical these are so that you can reach out to your senators and the congressmen to let them know that we will tolerate no cuts to Medicaid, no cuts to Social Security, no cuts to Medicare, that these are essential programs meant to protect our most vulnerable, not the most powerful. We've already witnessed the devastating impact that limiting health care has done right here in this state. When the Affordable Care Act passed and they blocked Medicaid expansion here, rural hospitals all over the state closed or significantly shuttered services. This is an issue that's ongoing. It means that we rely so heavily on our rural first responders who do such a great job to fill in the gaps where our state and our federal lawmakers have failed us. We have restricted access to hospital care in certain parts of the district. You have to drive 45 to an hour and a half to find just regular routine care, which has devastating impacts to everything from those who are experiencing heart attacks to Black moms who struggle to get the resources that they need to grow their families and have safe pregnancies. This congressional budget will also cut critical resources to programs like Head Start and money that will go to programs like, that benefit seniors, like Meals on Wheels, and things that support those of us at our most vulnerable times. And how a society treats the least of these is going to show how they will treat when they make all this money they talk about that they're going to have so much of, it's going to finally trickle down. Well, the 80s have come and passed, we've never seen that trickle, and our infrastructure continues to crumble. And finally, in this new budget, infrastructure spending is going to be truncated, it's going to be limited. That means that projects that we relied on for federal funding for roads and clean water will diminish and disappear. We rely on infrastructure not just for bridges and roads, but also to make sure that our water is clean from lead. 80% of Missouri kids test positive for lead. We have 100-year-old pipes that have aging infrastructure. We have good unions here in the state who can build and raise up our middle class. And when we support them, they raise up the rights of all us workers. So what can we do? I want to let you know that the most important thing you can do is to talk to your legislators right now and let them know that you will not tolerate any of these proposed cuts. It's also more critical than ever to make sure that you're reaching across the aisle and talking to your friends. In an age of disinformation and misinformation where our phones are used not really to connect but to divide, use your phones to call your legislators and put them down and then go for a walk and talk to your neighbors. Because we truly are stronger when we come together. And my campaign to bring Missourians together means that all means y'all. And roadblocks and obstacles to voting are antithetical to a government that is built by the people. So we must limit the politicians' power who seek to control and divide us, and we must uplift each other and realize that these changes don't happen in a vacuum. They don't happen just because one or two groups get together and fight. It's going to take all of us working together to enact the change that we need, because right now it kind of sometimes, I don't know if you feel this way, sometimes it feels like it's all of us working against 13 or so billionaires, and some days it doesn't seem like we're doing so hot. So thank you all for being here. Your vote is your voice. Use it in these upcoming elections, and use it most importantly to bring each other together and uplift us all. Thank you.